Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Eugene Experience with yours truly. Today we have some two wonderful guests with us. They're from a very popular and famous book club called The Vampire Sin. Guys, can you please introduce yourselves today?
Hello, everybody. My name is Yassin Abdelatif.
Oh,
Hello, my name is Daniel Kang. Thank you for having us.
oh no, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to fit this, small interview over here. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Cool. You guys are a book club and all, right? But what really makes you guys special? What makes you guys apart from other book clubs, you know?
So, what sets us apart is that after reading two stories, we try to think of a question that unifies both of the stories, and we try to really examine what that question really means in the
Hmm.
context of both of the stories that we
Oh,
have read.
oh, so you guys kind of like try to take two stories at once all the time, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's really weird. That's interesting.
did you just say weird?
No, no, of course I would never say that. Um, that really
It was
sounds
okay.
interesting.
Weird is interesting.
True, true. That's very true. All right, can you guys give me like an example? Like, what are some stories you've read recently?
So, two stories that we read. So, we've read. Well, essentially, it's two books. The first one is Love Medicine by Louise Erdrich, and the other is The Vampires in a Lemon Grove by Karen Russell. And
Mm.
the short story or like the section from each book we focused on specifically is so for Love Medicine we focused on Of Flesh and Blood, and for The Vampires in Lemon Grove we focused on The Seagull Army Descends on Strong Beach 1979.
Oh, okay. I really like those stories actually. Um, yeah, but while you're here, can you guys at least like share some thoughts, like what you guys discussed in your last meeting about these two stories? Now, I also did my homework. I read these stories and I actually have some of my thoughts of my own that I'll contribute
Mhm.
later. But I want to hear you guys first because you guys are like the professionals and stuff like that, you know? Can you go ahead?
Sure. So basically, after we've read both of these stories, we've formulated this one question that we believe to unify both of them. The
Hmm.
question was that we formulated was, to what extent do these two works show that an individual is in control of his or her own destiny? So we
Mm.
examined fate.
I really like that. I really like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I really like that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So, the first story that we examined was Seagull Army Descends on Strong Beach.
Hmm.
And essentially, what this story is about a teenager named Now who goes through a lot of changes in his life. So
Hmm. Right.
his mom loses her job, so she becomes depressed,
Hmm.
and he begins working. However, he basically has nothing that he finds worth in.
Right,
However, his
right.
brother has everything that he wants in life. For example, there's this girl that he likes, but it's his brother's girlfriend.
Hmm.
And something about Destiny that we noticed is that as the story progressed on and on, seagulls, which is like a symbol of fate or a symbol of destiny by Karen
Mm.
Russell, um, their presence sort of diminishes as Now changes into becoming a person, like an actual person that I would say he would want to be.
Right,
So
yeah,
like you can see it like changes in his personality where he like takes a step out of his comfort zone that he
yeah.
wouldn't have taken like before,
Hmm.
and ultimately we thought that he took control of his own destiny from the seagulls
Right, right.
by actually like conducting himself in a way that he wouldn't have when the seagulls were like had a profound effect on his life.
That's really
yeah.
cool. That's really cool. Um, I read the story too, and I thought about this question as well. And like my interpretation or like my approach was a little slightly different, I guess, right? But it was
Mhm.
pretty much similar, at least where I started, right? It was really, really cool to read the story because it's all about like destiny and like the seagulls or like fate, right? As you mentioned before. And but then the really the point I really that stuck out to me, I guess, was like this very defining point where he really takes control of his own destiny. Where so remember that scene where he buys the ring from that his brother wanted to buy, right? And he tried to give it to Vanessa.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like when he was going to deliver it, he was so scared that the seagulls or fate would stop him, right? So he plugs the hole with the basketball. I thought that was really where he took control of his own destiny, where it's like, no, fate, you will not control me. I'll control you because I'll put this basketball in. You seagulls can't get in. You can't take my ring.
Mhm.
I really thought that was a like very defining point in the story about his quest for destiny.
Yeah.
Definitely a good way to look at it. Absolutely, yeah.
Or
Okay.
what about Flesh and Blood? Yeah. Like how did this thing how did Destiny really interact with
Okay.
Flesh and Blood?
So for Flesh and Blood, so basically this was a larger story and it was divided into two parts. So we
Right.
focused on the last part, essentially
The
where
second part, right?
Nectar leaves and he's trying to leave a note for Mary that he's essentially
Marie.
she wants to cheat on her with Lulu.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
what I really liked about this is that Mary here demonstrates an exemplary demonstration of controlling fate and not letting external negative circumstances could destroy her mental composure. So how does she do this specifically? Well, basically what she does is that she takes the note and then she puts it in a wrong place. And
Mm.
this to me shows a sort of a passive aggressive move regarding her reaction, right? She
Mm.
kind of just in a way like passively just dismisses the no, right?
Right, right.
She's saying this is not going to bother me because I have a future, I have a family, and I'm going to continue to do those things despite the essentially the negative things that are going to happen, the ridiculousness of Nectar's wanting to engage in infidelity. So, and I think that essentially it just shows that she's not letting this horrific revelation essentially destroy her psychological composure. Yeah, that's essentially what I saw, and I think that this definitely showed her trying to control her own, trying to steer the course of her own life and control her fate by not letting that revelation just set her off course completely.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from when I was reading the story too. It was because it was just like Nectar has this big news, right? That's supposed to like shake everything up. But then Marie's like, you know what? No, Nectar, you can
That's not gonna happen.
exactly. You can do what you want to do, but my plans will stay my plans, and I'm gonna still do what I have to do to make sure my plans for the future, my plans for our family will not get ruined. And I really thought that was a big power move of her, especially when she moved that note. That was very incredible. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I would have been able to think of that on the spot. It was impressive to read that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you for coming out. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts on these two stories. It was really
Thank you for
like
having us.
yeah, it
Thank you
was
for
my
having me.
pleasure to listen to you guys. I really feel like you guys had a lot of input, had a lot of very insightful information to share with all of us and your viewers, our listeners, rather.
Thank
Yeah,
you for having us.
yeah. Thank you. Hopefully, you can
Yep.
come back sometime when you're a little less busy, right? For a little longer too. All right. Thank you
Yes.
guys. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time on the Eugene Yang Experience.